Hi guys, this is my sister Kemi. Today we're going to be speaking about PCOS. September is the awareness month, so the month to raise awareness about this syndrome, condition, whichever suits your fancy. So as my sister actually has this condition, I thought this would be a great opportunity or a great platform to raise awareness and reduce the ignorance in the world and any confusion that some girls that think they might have PCOS or PCO might be suffering from. So yeah.
Okay, what do you want to do? So PCOS stands for polycystic ovary syndrome, which affects approximately 1 in 10 women around the world. It basically is a hormone imbalance of male and female hormones, which can cause things like weight gain, depression, mood swings, infertility, diabetes, hair thinning, irregular cycles. It's a pretty extensive list, and it's something that we all live with on a day-to-day basis that people don't really know much about, and GPs, the ones that I have experienced, don't really take it too seriously. If you live with polycystic ovaries, it means that you have small cysts on your ovaries. Sometimes if they grow to a certain, I don't know, maybe over 8 millimeters or so, and they burst, it can cause you excruciating pain and you can end up in hospital. Sometimes you can end up in hospital even without the cyst bursting, because what I found from my experience is that you're regularly in a lot of pain or discomfort. So yeah, I think that's PCOS. So there's polycystic ovary syndrome, and then there's PCO, which is polycystic ovaries. So you have multiple cysts, but you don't really have a lot of the symptoms that someone with PCOS has as well. So there are two.
Okay, so are the symptoms and everything that you would experience the same for both of them?
So I believe someone with PCO wouldn't have as much symptoms as the person with PCOS has.
Okay, so which one do you have?
PCOS, the syndrome.
Okay, and I'm sure Lola Busari wouldn't mind us mentioning. Do you know which one she has?
PCOS as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was meant to join us today, but she has her son, and unfortunately he's unwell. So hopefully we'll include her. We'll feature her another time.
Mm-hmm. So when he starts grabbing the camera, that we can go and get him.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kevin, would you like to tell us about your experience with PCOS and your teenage years and so on?
Yeah. Okay, so at about 19, I was diagnosed with PCOS, and the doctor said to me, okay, so you have polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, nothing to worry about now. Hopefully your periods will regulate themselves in the future. But yeah, that was it.
Bruh.
Okay, well, you've just diagnosed me with something, so I need a little bit more information. So I said, okay, so what does it mean? And he said, as a result of the ultrasound that we sent you for, we've seen that you've got multiple cysts on your ovaries, but again, they normally dissolve and your body corrects itself. It's a hormone imbalance, blah blah blah. And he made it sound very, very casual, nothing to be, nothing to be worried about. He made it sound very, every day, like it's what any other person would have. Yeah. Yeah, and he said lots of women have it. It's very common in the black community. And I thought, okay, no one's told me about this before. Okay, fine. So I said, okay, so do I need to go on medication? He said, no, but what I'll do is I'll prescribe you with the contraceptive pill, which will help you, because I used to complain that I had really bad skin. When I look back at it now, I think I was being a bit of a drama queen.
She was. Look at her skin now as well.
No,
but anyway. Unlike some of us in the family.
Anyway. Oh, he's awake. Okay, so he prescribed me with the pill, and when I spoke to my mum about it, she was like, the pill, why? It doesn't mean you're having sex. And I was like, no, it's literally for the PCOS. The doctor said I have to take it, and she was like, well, don't tell anyone that you're taking the pill, because they'll be thinking that, and I was like, well, no, I'm not, nothing's happening anyway, so. Yeah, I'll get them a day. Okay, sorry. Okay,
Mum said.
So my mum was a bit worried about me being on the pill, especially what the pill represents. But the doctor said you'd get your period every month, it would regulate it, and it was only until May this year that I realised that the pill doesn't actually give you, sometimes it doesn't actually give you a real period. I thought, really? You know, the pill gives you a bleed, but bleed doesn't, as I said, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a real period. So that was quite shocking for me. And I took the pill for many years, thinking I was having a period every month and I was ovulating. So the time that I found out that it doesn't necessarily mean A, that you're getting a period, B, that you're ovulating, was obviously after, well, it's not obvious because some of you don't know me, but my husband and I, we have an amazing fertility story about how our miracle
Read the
boy,
blog. I'll put that in the link.
Okay,
link
yeah.
that for
My
them.
vlogs are really long because I talk a lot, but I have a lot to say. And I know it's the point in trying to make short vlogs to fill up my site, if that makes sense.
I agree that sometimes it is better to read than watch a video on something, because you have time to digest everything that you're reading yourself. In a video, it's like, oh, I've taken it for face value, and then later on it might not sink in as much as reading. So I would suggest you watch this video, and you're probably intrigued now, so you should go and read the blog.
Yeah, read the blog. There's lots of information on there. There are 2 videos on there which are badly shot, but you know, it's
I didn't see that.
yeah. When I just before Samuel came, when I was in hospital, there were 2 videos, very badly shot videos, where I literally have my phone and I'm doing that. And there's like shiny spots there, but hey, I'm not a vlogger. I'm not a YouTuber. Those things aren't important to me. As long as you can see what I'm doing, I guess that's all that matters. So living with PCOS. So the daily things that I find challenging is sometimes looking in the mirror and feeling fat. So I'm a bit worried about how I'm going to look once this is edited.
We've both lost weight though.
Well, maybe they're stretched. I'm joking. Okay, so I've just given birth, so that's my saving grace. Well, not just. I gave birth 9 months ago.
Sorry, you can't say that. I'm sure they would have seen
well,
my nephew.
Okay, well, technically it is just because it's less than a year, thank you. But anyway, so I have just given birth recently, but one of the common symptoms of PCOS again is bloating. So you could probably see I've got a little bit of a stomach here. Part of it is due to giving birth. The other parts of it is bloating. I find it very difficult to give up the bread and everything, but I am trying to not diet but live a healthy lifestyle, because there is no cure to PCOS. It's really about what you eat, exercising, drinking plenty of water, and really taking care of yourself. It doesn't eradicate what you have, but it makes living with it so much easier.
It's not a case that if you change your lifestyle and all your habits that you will no longer be classified as someone with PCOS. It won't be that case.
No, you'll still have it. It just means that I don't know, maybe you
better your chances, maybe, or is that it? Is that a way to say?
You just live
an easier life.
It's easier to manage.
I wouldn't say that's even easier, because you're having to change things. So in a way, that's not really easier, is it? Because you're making that conscious effort to be like, I have to eat this way in order to do something else. So that's not easy.
No, I guess it's not.
I couldn't much.
It's not. So, yeah. We had a little accident.
Malfunction. Wardrobe malfunction.
I'd like to call it an accident.
Okay, but we're better now.
You can't even see yourself.
Yes, I can. I'm envisioning. It's all about envisioning.
Okay, cool.
Living with it?
Yeah, living with PCOS, because I realise that it is about your lifestyle and making sure that you're eating right, you're exercising. So I have recently joined the gym. Pretty scary. I'm currently in a lot of pain. I had a pure pump class earlier this week, and I think it's on Tuesday, and I'm still suffering. I haven't been to the gym in a while. I used to skip in my garden. I've committed myself to some classes, and I know that that's going to help. Losing a little bit of weight, that's my personal goal. Just maintaining a healthy body. I want to be proper active in the next 10, 20 years time, and be able to play with my children without running out of breath. So anyway.
You're not like that.
Sorry?
You're not fat that you'd run out of breath. I wouldn't actually, I run out of breath for things. Yeah. So it's just general fitness.
Yeah, you don't need to be fat to run out of breath, but yeah, anyway. I have also started eating a little bit more healthy. It's been extremely tough because I really like things like rice and pasta. I mean, I could literally eat rice every day and see no problem with it. I have tried quinoa. It's actually quite nice. I don't know.
It looks like seeds or something, I don't know.
I don't know how to describe it. But
I'm going to search that up.
it was nice. The first time I tried it was actually someone made quinoa jollof. Yeah, I went to a restaurant, a Nigerian pop-up restaurant, and they had quinoa jollof, which was surprisingly nice.
You just have to stick to what you know with that type of thing.
Yeah, but it was the first time I tasted it and it tasted nice.
That's like pasta love.
What?
Pasta love.
Pasta jollof?
Yes. Pasta love.
Seriously, that's it.
Pasta love.
Did you make that up yourself?
Yeah. But I'm sure that's what other people would call it.
Pasta and tomato sauce. I'm sure the Italians create
No.
that ages ago.
Boy, to cook your pasta in
soup.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
that's
sure.
Pasta jollof.
Yeah, but
I'm sure
lots of people cook pasta in sauce anyway. Tomato sauce, that's what secret tomato sauce, isn't it? Yeah, but you don't eat pasta that way. You can do.
Anyway, so let me lose my train of thought. Last time I ate rice was Saturday. That's a really big deal for me. And I really love agege bread. So I've tried to cut out the agege breads. It's like a Nigerian hardo bread.
Yeah, it's just amazing. It goes with soup, it goes with egg, it goes with everything. Now that I'm thinking about it now, so.
Recently I spoke to a gynecologist friend of mine who told me about the ketone way of life. And
what's ketone?
I can't explain it because...
A ketone way of life?
I think that's what it's called. It's key something. Yeah, anyway, but it's...
I know ketones to be something else.
Yeah, ketones is what you find in your urine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had that when I was pregnant. Maybe I'm saying the wrong thing. But yeah. It begins with K. I'll look it up on my phone and I'll find out what it is and then we'll come back to it. But she's sending me loads of recipes on like how to make really healthy bread type rolls. She also was telling me that she was eating okra stew with oats rather than pounded yam or eba. So
I got to get scared then, like mixing okra with oats.
No. So I'm open to the change and open to see how it's going to help me. You know, try and balance things up a little bit. All my life, since I've been diagnosed with PCOS, I've always struggled with weight. Before I got married, I was always a size 8 or 10, and then after I got married, it may be because I started eating more, but you know, I started borderline in a 10, 12, now I'm just a 12.
When she got married, like Kemi was always a chef, so I don't think that's really...
I do, I think it's marriage weight.
I wouldn't know.
So yeah, another symptom is mood swings, and I'm sure people who know me can testify to the fact that, you know, sometimes I get a little bit on edge. Are you okay there? We're meant to be here looking at the camera. Nonsense. So yeah, so sometimes I can, you know...
Just... Yeah.
Especially when it comes to that time of the month. Like it's really bad. And sometimes I can feel myself, you know, I can feel it coming. There's just nothing I can do with it. But again, it's a symptom of it. And yeah, also suffered from really bad headaches, borderline migraines. There is so much more. So another symptom of PCOS as well is the hair, the unwanted hair. Yeah, so I mean, if I had unwanted hair on my head, I'd be fine, yeah.
I have a lot of hair though. Yeah, I think I do have a lot of hair, but you can't see it because I've got extensions.
It's alright today. You two can get them.
I'm a hairdresser, so I have the control over the length her hair is.
I believe God has that control.
So
anyway. Some food. Hello? No,